Welcome, everybody, to the 2016 U.S. Amateur Championship, sponsored by the APA and Inside Pool. My name is Freddie Agnew, the corner man, and I'm joined by Kerry McAuliffe out of the Boston area. Kerry, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Freddie?
Tell us about this matchup. Doing fantastic. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, we got Ryan Hollingsworth, and he is the person who knocked me out of this tournament last year. I've watched him make some unbelievable shots earlier in this match. He's been playing real strong. He's going to be playing Dave Singleton from Port Orange, Florida, both fairly local to this area. Ryan is actually out of Green River, North Carolina.
Out of the Asheville area.
And this should be a pretty good matchup.
We are coming live at you from Strokers Billiards in Palm Harbor, Florida, just north of Tampa Bay.
Looks like Ryan presumably won the leg or lost the leg and chose to break.
This is a race to 7 format. It's a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball, as you see here on the screen. If they play 8-ball, it's 5 games of 8-ball, followed by 8 games of 9-ball to the race to 7. If they choose to play 9-ball first, there would be the possibility of someone winning without having to go to the other discipline.
So Dave Singleton had the opening break. He smashed him great. And it turns out that he came up dry. Looks like they're
pretty open.
Racking with the regular wooden triangle, racking for each other.
That's right.
That's the standard format. There is the option to rack your own or to use the magic rack if both players agree.
Okay.
So Ryan gets to opportunity to draw first blood here. He has a wide open table with the stripes.
It is wide open. Usually I talk about with the toughest ball on the table. There really isn't one on the table. Maybe if you wanted to invent one, it's the 13. And it ends up being a little bit of just connecting dots.
Yeah. It looks like he's got a... If the 9 goes by, yeah, he's going to take care of this 9 and 15 situation.
Looks like he has to go left-handed here, and he's got to pop this ball out, probably for the 11 ball in the side pocket. Pretty good stroke there.
Yeah, nice.
And as I said, probably if I needed to invent a ball that was the toughest ball on the table, it's probably the 13.
Yeah, now we were actually just talking about this earlier about how much he can move this ball off the rail. If the 13 goes by, he might take it right now. Might go straight down in the corner. And he's done it.
He has done it. The issue here becomes that the 11 ball, being the ball in the side pocket, tends to be more difficult to use that as your last ball or the second last ball in a run out of 8-ball, because it doesn't take much to get out of line on the side pocket, and it's a good thing he chose to go ahead and play that ball in the side pocket now.
I'm expecting him to use the 10. You know, that's the natural ball.
That's right.
Stop shot on the 10 ball gets you good on the 8.
I like drawing this a little bit.
Yep.
And I actually like an angle to go to the rail and out and always be in line. If you just get the wrong angle, if you hit draw, it starts working against you. And it looks like he's doing that one ball rail off. And he said he did that exactly how I said, except for he put draw on the ball. And I think he got out of there.
Okay, but
he isn't, because he's shaking his head.
I guess not. I don't know if this other angle can reveal any more to us. Not so much.
He shot fast and loose there, and like I said, it seemed like he wanted to draw more to go one rail off, so he was always in. He still shot the one rail off to the right side, but he actually didn't have the angle to do that. And as I was saying, that the draw shot straight would have been pulling him out of position, which is probably why he shot that.
Wow! How about that timing shot? Well, that was impressive.
Well, all you have to do is call the 8-ball into the pocket, which he did. Successful jump, missed it. And, you know, if the 8-ball had gone in, I think the cue ball would have followed right in afterwards.
Very well, yeah, absolutely.
What a way to start.
Now, interesting thing, earlier in the day, Ryan was playing on the next table over, and he made the most spectacular jump shot on the 8 as well. It was 4 inches to clear his object ball, and it was a cut into the side pocket, and he jumped it right in with pocket speed. I want to find out what jump cue he's using, because he certainly makes it look like it works well.
Well, you know, I think that the best jump cue in the worst jumper's hands is still the worst shot there. But
Agreed.
I think for players like your caliber, I think that you know, you probably can do with any jump cue.
Well, I don't know about that, but I like the way you think.
I've watched him shoot a few jump shots, and clearly he does it very, very well.
Yeah, he sure does. Now, let's see. Okay, so he's going to be doing a center table break.
Center of the table break. If this was the template rack, the 7 or the 1 ball would be heading right to the side pocket. But it's not a template rack.
Boy, he hit him really
He hit him
too.
hard. Well, he's going to his stick, so he must have made a ball.
He did. He made a ball, I think, up in the corner by where he's standing. However, it turned out to be a solid, so he's married to the solids, and he really doesn't have a very good opening shot. He's got a tough cut on the 5, which...
He wants to pass. He wants to pass this back.
Yeah, right.
You know.
The thing is, the 5 is sort
available.
of well, but it's also his problem ball going the other way because
Right.
it doesn't go past the 11. So, I mean, if he's going to take a gamble, at least gamble on the ball that is a problem anyway.
That's right. I like him to go crazy here and shoot this with an inside and play position for the 6 ball, because the 6 ball is the next toughest ball there. And
I mean,
guess what? He may shoot this or just draw it back and then get good
draw
position.
back to the rail. Wow, he couldn't have started that out better.
Yeah, and if he gets here, this is the winning shot. Left-handed shot. He left himself. He didn't draw this ball enough.
I think he would have liked to have got a little straighter on that 6, but he should be okay. Even if he can even bump off that ball there with inside English and use it like a rail. Oh, he
didn't have to.
He almost avoided it completely.
Oh, that ball almost rolled out.
Yeah.
We were looking right down the barrel. I thought it was dead straight, and suddenly it caught the corner. 2 ball in the corner pocket. If he gets this, it looks like he'll solve this rack. And it'll just be actually right here. He's already solved the rack, and it's all a matter of execution. He's shooting fantastic.
Yeah, he really is pocketing balls effortlessly.
Looks like he's forced himself to shoot the 1 ball, come right to the center of the table. Don't lose your angle. Oh, surely he's not going to cut this ball and come back and forth.
As good as he's shooting, this is probably looking like a hanger for him.
I guess. No.
And
it goes. Okay. All right.
I think he might have fresh cloth to thank for that one.
Yeah,
That
he's a
ball
little
might
flat
hang up.
here, so he may have to slam this ball. 2 rails around the 13.
Yeah, he's striking the ball great.
I've seen him play before, and he's got that stroke that says that if he decided to play 40 hours a week, he could make it into the professional ranks.
To be honest, I played him in this event last year, and it was a pretty close match, and he looks to be shooting quite a bit better this time around. Yeah, he has an awesome game right now.
2-0
score. Wow.
You know, in racks like that, Kerry, I find that your levels of progression is shown by how you run out the tough racks, because he ran out that tough rack pretty easily.
Agreed.
The 5 ball, as you commented, was one of his problem balls, and as I commented, the 6 ball was his other problem ball, and he led right to it very quickly.
Yeah.
Recognized it, had to shoot it, did it, executed perfectly. Had no problem shooting that second to last ball, the thin cut. Well, actually, he did have a problem. It leaked in there, right?
Yeah, it did. Well, either way.
Either way.
He got it done. Yeah, he hit that one pretty solid, too.
I heard a ball.
What's he going to be left with? If he made a stripe, he's happy, but he did not. Once again, exact same situation. He made a solid. I didn't do it. We seem to have lost our picture. Actually, it looks like we may have lost our camera. So for the moment, we're going to use this view.
Okay.
And I'm actually...
Let's do that. And we'll talk along here. Yeah. Okay. So he's forced to shoot here. 1 ball in the side pocket probably, and he's got a little long. And left pretty well. A little bit. This is going to be his first time at the table. Nicely done. The 14 gets to be the toughest ball on the table for him. If he can negotiate that, he should be able to solve this. And as you can see here, you just take a look to make sure the 8 ball went, but the 14 still has to be pocketed. I don't believe the 14 can be played into the lower left-hand pocket. He has to get on the other side of the 14, I believe. Well, he's shooting this 15 now, so he must be able to get to it. Interesting shot. It looked like he tried to get there, and he's come up short. I don't see how he could have gotten there with stunning it over like that, and apparently the table agreed with me. He's looking at this thin back cut on the 14 and just letting it loose. Well, everybody who got here, who's here, got here for a reason. Is this a winner side match?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I think the whole 7:30 round is winner side.
Well, that 14 ball is still going to be his problem ball. He tried to get to it, so he definitely recognized that it's the issue, and he couldn't do anything with it. He's come up on a standard shot here where he hit the 13 ball, come back to the center of the table, right to the chalk. But it looks like he's not going to play that. Feels to me that if he's going to win this rack, he has to go to the 14 right now. And he's not going to, so he's decided that he's going to leave the 14 to be about the last ball on the table, the toughest ball on the table, and usually that spells disaster.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think he actually lays okay. If he can make this ball go to the rail with inside, leave that angle to cut the 9 in with inside English and go three rails, it's very natural position for the 14.
He's got to leave this ball on that side of the table. Well, he's missed it, and he definitely wasn't playing for the 3 rail and the 9.
No, I guess not.
And now with ball in hand, this is Ryan?
Yes.
With ball in hand, Ryan has a couple of problems here. Even with ball in hand, the 4 ball still is a problem. The 3 ball is a problem. The 7 ball is a problem, so it looks like he's going to elect to play the 7 ball, play for the 3 ball next, and then deal with the 4 ball, which he can get to with a couple of different balls.
Yeah, I wonder if that, I don't think that 3 ball squeezes past the 9, but he may be able to just draw back to the rail.
Well, I suppose we'll find out here. If he floats forward, it goes.
Yep.
And he's drawing back, so that tells us it does not go past. And this looks pretty perfect.
I wonder what that cue he's playing with is. I really like the look of it. It looks like a real long, nice full splice, a lot of curly maple.
Yeah.
It's a great looking cue.
Does it have an extension on there?
It doesn't look like it.
I want to know who his hairdresser is.
Yeah, really.
I believe
he's actually had a similar type of style for a lot of years now.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's kind of his thing.
I don't have enough hair to do that. What do we call that?
I guess a mohawk, right?
Well, no, it's like the rooster thing.
Oh. Yeah, let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Man, he is looking super strong.
He looks really good here. It's a stop shot. I guess it looks like he's stretched out. He's going to go forward. Same angle. He's got
Thank you.
And Ryan looks like he's in dead stroke.
Yeah,
with ball in hand. He had 2 tough balls, but immediately recognized it, punched the 7, draw back for the 3, and then just deal with the rest of it, and he did perfectly. 3-0.
Well, these guys are racking them up. Let's see. Racking the balls is David Singleton. He's 29 years old from Port Orange, Florida. He's been playing in the APA since he was 21, and he's been playing pool since he was 13. Boy, do I wish I could have started that early. I guess his dad got him started. He's been in the APA since 2007.
People ask me what age I started playing, but there's 2 ages, right? There's the age I first hit a ball.
Yeah. I mean, I vaguely remember like rolling pool balls around on the floor of somebody's house. Wow, he really laid into those.
And And then there's the age that it really started getting competitive, and that was still a couple of years after I actually started hitting balls.
Oh, for sure, for me too. I mean, for me, pool was something to do while drinking.
Right, exactly.
You know, the drinking was the important part, and
That's
the pool
right.
was secondary. And I was in college. I like this. Dave's playing philosophy. I love it. I try to think like a computer playing chess. I try to play what I believe is the highest % shot in the situation, whether it's a safe or going for a hard shot.
Well, if that works for him, that's great. To me, that would just completely lock me up.
That probably explains my stellar pace of play, because that is exactly what I'm thinking when I'm playing.
Oh, I like it.
He believes that 8-ball is a little bit of a better game for him than 9-ball.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing with me, but because my position play sometimes gets myself into trouble, and I need every opportunity of luck to get a ball that I wasn't playing for. No, I do like the strategy of 8-ball.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's a little bit more. There's just more to it than 9-ball.
More thinking.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
more choices.
I think 9-ball is more execution, but 8-ball has enough execution in it as well.
I think the 8-ball demands a lot more precision. 9-ball, you can be more general. I mean, the ball's got to go in the hole, of course.
Yeah.
So Dave's played in this tournament 3 times the last 3 years, including this year. And it looks like in 2014 he got 33rd, 2015 he got 25th. So I believe he's already ahead of that at this point. So he's looking to move that number up quite a bit.
Well, here's an interesting layout here, and I'm glad he's coming over here, because I was just about to say he really needs to come over here to see what angle he wants. The 9-ball does pass, or he could get to a line that passes to the 9-ball for the corner pocket. I don't know if he laid his stick down for a path that I don't think he likes. Oh, he had a much bigger cut on there, so he had to hit this ball like this.
Well, the other option is he might be playing for the 14 ball, stop shot on the 14.
Right, that's what I'd assume he was doing, is playing stop shot on the 14 for the angle for the 9-ball.
Right.
Yeah, this is, for sure 14 was the next. I thought he was straight in, but obviously he wasn't. That's why he went down there for that angle. And it looks like he needs a stop shot. No movement whatsoever. Maybe 2 inches to the left at most. Any more than that, I believe the 2-ball jumps in his way. I'd like to see a dead stop here. 2 inches more to the left, and he's behind the 2-ball.
He sort of lifted up a little bit,
sure.
And I don't know that he can make this ball.
No.
He might be
going to the air.
Cue.
Going to the air. I don't like this when people put the jump cue down on the table.
Neither
like
do
this.
I don't know why. I always put it on the table. I mean the
somewhere
players' table, not the pool table.
Right. And I see people putting in the pocket
also.
Yeah,
sticking out. Yeah.
You know. I've actually put it in my back pocket and then forgot about it, you know.
Well, he made a nice jump. Good attempt. Actually, it
came
out a lot better than it could have.
And he's just made the side pocket bigger.
Yeah.
Which is probably the shot he's going to take unless the 7 ball
for how good
in.
Ryan is shooting at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see him just roll this 7 up and run out.
Yeah, go back to the 14. So he did fight to get to that 14, that angle. It was good. He was going to leave himself a long shot. I don't think he needed to draw back. He decided to draw back. I thought a stop shot was his best option to make sure he had the angle.
I agree with you.
He drew back and drew it behind the 2-ball, went more to the left than he needed. And it looks like Ryan
He's
will
off to the races.
I suppose the 7 ball is going to be the tricky ball, which isn't much of a trick, just has to get to it, and that's exactly what he did.
Probably would have liked a little more angle on that ball, but he should be okay. He can probably just punch up no rails straight up for the 6 ball or the 4 ball.
Yeah. Or 1 rail, either way. Oh,
wow.
This was. I'm just going
to stroke it.
Lean back and put it all out there with as much mustard as he could. That could have been quite dangerous. He didn't need to. Obviously, he had the whole world to shoot for.
I think he'll just roll to the center of the table here.
Yeah, it's one of those standard shots, standard 1-railer.
I always like every opportunity I have to play position on multiple balls in 8-ball. I want to do it.
And just get there, because you don't want that angle that you have to hit it firmer than you need to, and you don't want to hit this forward and get dead straight in the 3-ball either. And you don't want to get on the rail. But there you go. This is one of those shots we just talked about. If you hit this with straight follow, it's going to bend forward. The 9-ball gets into play here. And if you recognize that, then you can do something about it.
Which
right?
apparently he did.
Yeah. There's a bug in the way here. He's just shooting so well.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with his game today. This is looking real strong. So Ryan extends his lead to 4-0.
David really needed to get out there, and he had an opportunity. It wasn't exactly easy, but he's going to remember that shot. Hopefully everybody who shoots and gets recorded goes back and takes a look at it. They can mute the commentary, because it can be brutal. Somebody's always second guessing you.
Well, I mean, I think that's a big part of learning and getting better. If you can't criticize yourself,
Sure.
A lot of people like to practice the things they're good at. You got to practice the things you're bad at.
Yes,
and that requires being honest with yourself about what you're bad at.
That's a great point, and I think it's not stressed enough that people should practice the stuff that you're bad at, but I'm as bad as anybody. I'll shoot the same shot I'm really good at over and over
Well,
again.
it feels good. It feels good to do what you know how to do, of course.
Really good break there.
He is killing that break. He's killing it. And this time he gets rewarded very nicely. He makes at least one of each. He has a variety of shots to play. My guess is he's probably going to be looking at the 13-7 combo because the solids look really nice, and that would leave him great position on the 6. It's a very easy run out from there, really.
I love that call, Kerry. That's that one wins the game right there, and it looks like he agrees.
I mean, he's got a little bit up and down action here. He's got to get down to this 2-ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I would probably look for him to play from the 4 to the 2, and then from the 1 to the 8.
Yeah. I like that, and it's funny because the way the 2 and 1 play, this suddenly isn't such a hanger out.
Right.
If you had one more ball that's around, let's say the 8 ball or somewhere like that, right?
Yep. Now that is definitely not where he wanted to be.
No, that one's in nowhere's land. But
I mean, he can. Maybe he's just going to roll up for the 1. Hard to tell what he's doing here. Wow, he hit that with inside English and got a really good angle on the 1 ball. I believe he can draw this down past those balls near the side pocket.
Right between the 9 and the 11 ball. And he doesn't seem to be too worried about it.
He just doesn't seem to have the slightest concern with wherever he is.
That's right.
He can go around 3 rails as well. I think he'll play the draw shot. Oh, he hit it wonderful.
Absolutely
He almost overstroked it. Did he scratch? Oh, my goodness. Oh. He almost overstroked that ball, but he is facing a pretty difficult situation here because I don't know if
there's no pocket up table to shoot at anymore.
Yeah. Well, maybe he can cut the 8 past the 10 ball, but I sure don't want to have to do that. Maybe he can play it off the rail off the 10 ball.
Yeah, even if he if he could do that, which it does look like he at least go off the rail. There's no position to put that cue ball to actually shoot that shot.
He may also have enough room to just draw back 6 inches, play the 8 in the side.
At this point, I would just roll the cue ball forward and play the 8 off the 13 up table, and maybe it goes off the 10. See, it becomes big up there. I'd love him to jack up there and play the 8 ball in the side pocket. Here it is.
Huh?
This is I put myself here. Let's give myself a chance to actually win this game.
This is the best I've seen him play.
Is it?
Well, to be fair, I've not seen him play it that many times. But the guy
what
just
a shot!
I
mean, that's just nice there. I said it the last match that how a guy runs out the tough racks is really how you recognize the next level.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think he's playing the best of anyone I've seen here
so far,
from what I can tell.
And there's 2 parts of it. The fact that he's getting out is one thing. The fact that he just isn't sweating anything is the other part, right? We've seen some champions here where every shot seems to be in agony, and yet they win, right?
He just seems unconcerned.
Unconcerned.
Take whatever. Wherever I am, if I see the ball, I'm making the ball.
That's
and then wherever I get, I'm going to make it again.
I get hooked behind his shot, but I'll jump the 8 ball knowing full well my cue ball is going to double kiss it in.
I'm very eager to see how his 9 ball break looks because he was smashing the front ball on the 8 ball. It looks like he'll be going to the side rail.
Side rail, and you would expect him not to be smashing here.
Probably not.
Just that 3/4 pace solid hit. corner ball trying to make it. Maybe the one on the side or at least one up table.
That's what I would do. For some reason, am getting the vibe he's going to crush these. I don't know why.
We'll see. His legs are together, so. Oh, he did!
Wow, he laid into it.
That was the Tony Ellen break.
Yeah, right?
And
well,
guess
unfortunately,
what?
it didn't work out
Ball
for him.
didn't go in. Oh, good call. I mean, I'm not sure if it was a good call. It was a good
well,
call.
I predicted
the recognition,
accurately,
yeah,
but
right.
whether his strategy was a good one
Yeah,
is
right.
still debatable.
It's funny because he was able to get that much whack in it with his legs together without,
Yeah.
He did an uncoil type of break. And this is what happens,
Well, I guess if you're going to miss, this is how you want to miss.
Yeah. But you get a guy that's just absolutely free stroking it, and he finally gives you the table. And it's not the easiest shot in the world, but something that's makeable.
I
David.
think he can see the edge of this one ball, and he might be able to make it.
I think he can see it. Here he goes. There's a little half masse here, maybe a little bit of curvature, just a smidge.
I guess he could see
something. Of course, if he can see the ball,
yeah, right. It's in.
It's in. Shot making is great. 3-ball can't possibly be made anywhere, so it can get there.
Here, he's going to have to work a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to
probably roll safe. He'll bank this ball down under the 9-4. I'd say. Ooh, miscued.
Well, he miscued, so
he miscued
get safe?
Didn't get too terrible.
Looks like it's close. Well, he's got the distance safe, I suppose, but I'd be happy to see this ball.
Down 5-0, I got to say this shot is 10 times harder.
Very true.
This is a difficult shot.
Very true. Very true.
But, I mean, at this point, what does he have to lose? You make it or lose. That's about it. Or play safe. I mean, I think he'll go for the shot.
Yeah.
He really whacked away at it. And did he luck out? He sure did.
Ball went in.
Wow.
You notice David's shot there. His entire body was leaping forward.
Yeah.
He did the I'll lean into it and put my whole body into that shot. And it was leaning.
Well, the physicists say, you hit him hard enough, and eventually it'll go in the bucket, right? I'm assuming he's going to have to play the billiard here unless that 4 goes by. He's playing for the billiard.
Oh, surely that 4 ball goes by, doesn't it?
I think it does, but I mean, I feel like I think he would have come a little further. I don't know. Maybe he was nervous. I feel like he's playing for the billiard here.
Oh, four in the corner. He took a look from the other side there. 2 rails.
Nice shot.
You'll see a couple of 2-rail shots here. There's one. Here comes another one.
Actually, it could be 3 in a row from here.
That's right. It actually should be.
Yeah.
It actually should be 3 in a row.
I guess it's the, quote, right way to do it.
That's right. But he's gone too far here now. So
he way overhit it. But he can be okay. Yeah, well,
unless that
he had a little more of a bounce than that.
Yeah. I think he kind of gave up on his computer there because he didn't take too much time between the 5 from the 5 to the 6. Playing 1 rail to the bottom side of the 7 ball, I guess.
Wow, great shot.
Nice
if he
done.
bumps this 8 ball, he might.
Don't get.
Well, here he's got some work.
He does have some work,
can we tell if that 8 goes by? It may.
I think it still does. Let's pretend that it does. In this case, if it does, then he just goes for the shot and cinches. Then you have to really try to play position, because if you put too much effort in the position, things won't go well here. Oh, now he's looking.
Well, he's got to know. You got to know if it goes by,
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, let's just pretend for 1 second. It's tight.
Is he gonna go 3 rails here? Because I will be pretty impressed if he gets.
Well, he's hitting with 2 o'clock here, going all the way around the world here.
He's going 3 rails.
1.
Oh, he hit that nice.
2.
He forgot to draw the ball though. That was the problem.
Well, let's hope this ball goes. He's kind of shaking his head.
I think
it goes.
I think he's playing the combo at this point. I mean, he's looking at it like it goes, so it must go.
And
there's
the combo. It doesn't go. After all that. I couldn't tell if did he miscue on that 3-railer, because
I think he just didn't hit draw. I think he needed to draw to the rail.
Still rolling. Still rolling.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, he sure needed that game.
That's the wiping the feet shot. I mean, that was still moving. Well, he's off the schneid here.
Yep.
No bagels being served. He's got 1. And listen, he's breaking.
this will be something new for us. We haven't seen this yet.
He's going to be breaking, and I'm not understanding these people who are breaking from the box on 9-ball.
I think it's an effective break if the rack is very tight and you hit it way softer than
and the 9-ball is going to go in.
Really?
Apparently that's why you break from the box.
I guess so. Well, I mean, he didn't really look at the rack, so who knows?
Who knows?
Could have been anything.
Every time I see a 9-ball go in like that, I shake my head. Whereas when I was growing up, a 9-ball in the break, everybody in the room went wild.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Today, because we know now,
more information at this point. I mean, I hate to say it, but if that 9-ball goes straight in, it's pretty much the racker.
Right.
The racker made the 9 on the break.
That's right. Kerry, how long are you going to be staying here in Florida?
I am actually here until Monday. I'm leaving Monday morning, and I get back to Boston around 4 o'clock. Straight to my APA league match.
Oh, nice. I actually fly out to Boston tomorrow night, so
I'm telling you, all of my tournament frustration is about to get unloaded on somebody, some poor unsuspecting soul.
Yeah. Well, he made another ball break from the box. He's got a shot, and if he can negotiate the slow roll, 3 balls right there, and he's got a little bit of a roadmap.
Yeah.
Just slow roll this, make sure you're there.
This looks good. Get off the rail, and now I kind of want to draw this ball. I want to draw 2 rails on this. I don't know why, I just want it.
It's because you keep the 5 ball out of play by that.
Yeah.
You tickle the 5, and it could be disastrous.
Right. I mean, you can go all the way down to the 9 ball, and you're still good on the floor.
Yeah,
doesn't look like he's drawing.
I like the draw 2 rails. Where is this going to land? He's just hoping because he's crossing every line possible.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about crossing the position zone right up close to the ball, but he got pretty good, really.
Did he? Oh, he's still playing for the ball on the side?
I believe so. I think he can draw to the right side of the 5 ball, go down to the end rail.
But it's a good reason to think about and discuss why the 2-railer, like you said, was the better shot. Because you're always playing for a good position there.
Right.
I mean, I can't even imagine a situation where you went 2 rails and make that ball and not get good position on the 4 ball. But he made it. He crossed over a 1-inch zone of position.
Right. I mean, I think
he was on the outer edge of that one.
If he makes this 5, he's back in business. Now look at what a change just happened here. It was 5-0. In a few seconds, if he runs this out, all of a sudden it's 5-3. I mean, how does that make Ryan feel? He was shooting tremendous.
Right.
Now he's wondering if he's going to get back to the table.
Exactly. This being 9-ball, he's breaking well. David is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll say one thing. I don't think the score is affecting Dave's stroke.
No.
He's still firing the balls in.
This is another one of those. This is the standard shot number 2, except for you hit it slower. In fact, you just have to bounce off the rail. Really nothing to do here. But if you're watching the line of this, if you hit it harder, it'd go all the way down to the bottom rail as a standard shot. In this case, it's a softer. There he goes.
Yeah, he has his practice strokes are kind of big, but his actual delivery is kind of compact when he gets through the cue ball.
Well, I didn't see any pause at the end, or it looks like the quick back.
Yeah.
And that normally doesn't serve people very well. But if you've been playing that way all your life, I wouldn't change it if you're already.
I have
winning.
found. I mean, I watched somebody like who really hammered that home for me is Brian Parks. He has a very pronounced pause on his backstroke.
And you see how powerful he goes through that ball.
Oh my God, he has a huge stroke. And so I tried it, and it really actually works quite well for me. I find that when I'm playing my best, I was allowed to stay in my pool hall overnight one time, and I just played for so long, and I got into a real gear, and that I decided to kind of reverse engineer my game from there. I'm like, what am I doing now that's making me feel like I'm in this gear? And I noticed that I was absolutely pausing on my backstroke, very, very obviously, and it just sort of happened on its own. All right, well, Dave broke the ball as well, but he did not make a ball, and tough to say if Ryan can see this 1 ball. It looks like he can. Well, I mean, see it to make it.
Yeah, Dave thinks that he can because he gave the hand up look like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if he can.
It's not that easy. We were looking right down the barrel here.
I think he can actually even shoot it in with inside English, and he did.
And he did.
Yeah, even Ryan's speed control is just awesome.
Yeah.
He's really, really shooting well.
Well, the 3-ball doesn't go anywhere except for upper right as we view it.
The worst feeling ever is sitting in your seat, hoping the other guy makes a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, when you're relying on the other guy to screw up.
Yeah, that's not
a
a good way to play,
no,
right?
Definitely not. But that's really all Dave can do at this moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan's a little out of line here.
Well, he's been playing the inside English shots a lot, so it looks like he'll do that. Try to get over there to play for the up.
Yeah.
This is such a nice shot there. You could
really
look
did it good.
and you see that Dave gave him the little bit of a clap. That was a pretty good shot there.
I mean, if you haven't hit balls on these tables, that's very hard to do because the rails are very slippery, and to get that ball to move off the rail is very difficult.
Right. I like the 2-railer here.
I do too. Guaranteed position. Just come out to the center of the table.
He's using inside. He likes using that inside shot a lot, and it looked like the 2-railer to me, but he's just nailed every inside English shot. Must be the shaft he's using.
Perhaps. I think in the days of, before low deflection shafts, no one would even consider playing the shot the way he just played it.
Unless you had a system.
Or unless you're Efren Reyes or something, you know.
Again, not that I'm compared to these guys, but I've been playing with the inside English with regular shafts for so long, and I had a system, and I was taught a system, and so going to a lower deflection shaft never made sense to me, even though I have many of them, but I can see how they help other people who may have struggled or didn't have that same kind of system that I'd been using for now so long.
I find that even if I pick up a house cue or whatever, a short bridge and backhand English essentially does the trick for me.
Yeah, especially if it's a house stick that's a thinner one.
Yeah. Ideally.
Not too often you're going to find that 13 millimeter in a house stick anymore.
Yeah.
Well, actually, never. You know, I've just retipped a whole slew of house tip sticks, and they were brand new type of sticks.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's sanding them, and they're 12 and a half.
No kidding.
Yeah. None of them were 12 and 3/4.
What a great shot you just made there. I think he might have got a little bit bad on this 8-ball. If he's straight, he's okay. He'll just draw back. And I think he is. It certainly looks like he is.
Now, if you ever played at Smith's in Springfield, that was a gorgeous stroke.
Yeah,
see how he came through that ball?
He's just locked in. Yeah. I mean, he's totally locked in.
Well, let's take a look at just his form here. Let's look at his elbow in his head to see if it. And just when I say that,
another miscue, huh?
Miscued again, and his
I had
elbow
my
dropped down
on the thing to change the score.
I think I cursed him on that one, because his form has been so good.
You know, that's really a very major game because he was about to be on the hill 6-3. Now it's 5-4.
5-4, and you know, there's a guy that's just really been breaking well in David, and that was the one break he didn't make a ball in the break. Wow, that took us all by surprise there.
That was a major swing there. Boy, I really like the look of his cue. I like the concept of full splice cues. I like the look of that one. I want to go ask him what it is.
Well, whatever it is, it didn't help him not miss cue.
It didn't.
And now he's going to go to the tip tapper while David is shooting, and that's not.
Oh! Boy, that was the one thing he did not want to do.
I know he doesn't mean it, Ryan, but to do what he was doing, kind of fiddling around with your case like that while the other guy's breaking right in his face.
Yep.
Just.
I mean, well, there's kind of two ways of looking at it. Either you're doing it on your own turn, and now the guy's waiting for you, which some people don't like,
right.
or is he kind of.
Because he's doing it on
one way or another, you lose in that situation. But yeah, I mean, the guy knows he miscued, so he's got to assume he's going to do something. It, And to be fair, his back was to him, and he was breaking. It's not like he was down on a super tough shot. But I understand exactly what you're saying.
No, actually, he's right-handed. He was right in his face.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I'm sure neither one of them would complain. I'm just it looked funny from where I was standing.
I don't know Ryan very well, but I did play against him, and he seems like a nice guy, and I'm sure that
100% sure he wasn't sharking
to be anything.
Yeah.
Last year we played, and our match ended very oddly because I didn't realize what the score was.
Oh, yeah.
And we were trying to go back and look at the tape and whatever because we couldn't remember the game.
Oh, no.
And he really went out of his way to try and work back and remember all the racks and everything. I mean, we spent some serious time talking about it.
Oh, wow.
He remembered a rack that I forgot about, and he told me, and we realized. And he was just very nice about the whole thing. So
Yeah. So that time,
Wow.
just looking at his.
How was that stroke, huh?
Just looking at his stroke and everything, you know, he keeps his head still, and I always like to watch the elbow on most shots. The hard shots, you have to drop your elbow, or else you're in danger of actually hurting yourself.
Yeah. You know, sometimes after a miscue, too, I will be a little timid on a draw stroke, but
He wasn't timid there,
No.
and his elbow was dead still.
Well,
good safety.
Yep.
You can
Now,
jump.
this might be an attractive jump because it has some reward. If he makes the ball, he may be able to go around for the 5 or at least hit the 5. But if he misses, the 4 may go up table. So
You have to move that butt, because doesn't this
I
cue
agree.
ball go 2 rails around towards?
Well, that's what he sure ought to be hoping it's going to do. But, you know, I mean,
And he made it. Now
How
he's
good
going
did
to grab
he
the
hit
butt.
imagine he, you know, wasn't quick enough or stumbled or whatever and it hit the thing. I mean, I assume that would be a foul, would it not?
Of course, you've interfered with a moving ball, with a moving cue ball.
Well, he lays okay here to sort of bank this a little thin, come behind the 7. It's a little awkward, though, because he has to reach it.
Reach, yeah. This is,
Oh, okay, he's going to go the other way.
thin behind the 6 ball, I guess. Unless he's going so thin, he's going to go down rail.
Thin with inside. I don't know exactly what he's going to do here. This is. I don't like this because honestly, with that 7 there, even if you don't get the ball well, now that's good enough. But you know, had he left it a different way, you could have banked it off the 7.
Right. If he kissed the 7 harder, this would have been a sellout.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, I
'cause
don't
he was,
think I like that save.
And can he make this?
I don't believe so. I don't think he has enough. Can see enough of the 7 ball even after the billiard on the 5. But he might be able to go straight at it and just run the 5 around the 7 ball. Yeah. Okay, well that probably isn't what he was hoping for, but it's something.
He's going to be coming back at the table, so it's a survival. This ball goes. The 7 ball actually goes,
Oh,
but
then
can
you
he
know
actually
what?
hit this ball?
Well, does he necessarily even have to aim the 5? I mean, if he just more or less hits on the left side of the 5, is the 7 in? It looks like it might
as
be.
long as he doesn't throw the 5 so far off that doesn't get any energy into the 7.
Well, see, I'd love to be able to hit this with a tiny bit of speed and
Oh, he's just going to play safe.
He's playing safe, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Safety allowed.
Yikes. That is not the outcome he was hoping for. I mean, I liked his idea, but
that's
he needed
devastating.
to be a little more of a computer on that one, I got to say. I mean, I think he just didn't take the time he needed to take.
He needed to use a modern-day computer, not the 286.
Now, I mean, I feel...
We go with obscure reference that, you know, my kids would have no idea what I was talking about. I find it funny how much you laughed.
Well,
This is going to
that
be...
actually means something to me.
Oh! No.
Yep, I
no
think
good.
that was a solid. And, you know, I got to say, once again, I feel like he could have taken a little more time with that one. I mean, he's been steamrolling for a little bit, but don't forget the score's 5-4 now.
He's lost his mojo.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's no longer 5-0. And in a moment, it's going to be 5-5.
I think we're looking at 5-5.
That's
with Dave breaking.
Dave breaking. That's some heart with Dave. He's
yeah.
He was down.
Well, I feel like that's a really
engine.
good sign of a good player, that when things aren't going their way and the score is down, their stroke stays. They still hit the ball with conviction. And just like he did there.
Yeah, he shot it to the left-hander side of the table. Well, now he's shot it to the 7-footers side of the table. I mean,
exactly.
You got to be 7 foot.
Exactly. So what does he do with the bridge? Is he going to draw back and play the 8 in the side? I don't know what else he can really do.
The pocket is so big that maybe he can actually cut this ball to the right, even though it's already facing the right side. Yeah, he's looking at drawing. He has to be able to clear the second diamond.
I know that if I'm using the bridge, what I don't want to do is use English. I want to hit top or bottom, and that's it, if I can. Well, he hit that
very
awesome.
nicely done.
He hit that awesome. So I think he'll just follow around 2 rails and play the 9 in the same pocket. I think we would need some kind of catastrophe for the score to not be 5-5 at this point. Oh, my God.
Well, he's leaning like he's firing. And just like you said, same pocket here. And he's on the rail. The last time we saw somebody shooting at the 9 ball on the rail, there was a big miscue. But it was his opponent. 5-5, race to 2 now. And David Singleton is breaking. Been breaking pretty well. Ryan's got to think to himself, how in the world did this game
really
slip away?
Man, 5-0 he was up. Now it's 5-5. I mean, in that type of situation, as far as I'm concerned, the momentum is hugely in Dave's favor. You know, he's really got the mental edge at this point.
Yeah, because as good as Ryan was shooting, you'd think all he had to do is get a shot, and now he's had a couple of shots.
Yep. And I feel like he maybe could have taken a little bit more time on some
the
of those
ball
safes
in hand and the safety.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't play the billiard on the 7 ball off the 5. You know.
Didn't even look like he looked at it.
Now, let's see how he hits these. Man, crushed him.
Crushed him.
And he gets nothing for it.
He made a ball.
Oh, he did make a ball.
Yeah,
oh, that corner ball must have gone in faster than I could see.
Rocketed in the pocket. And it looks like it's going to be, I suppose, a race to the 3 ball. The 3-9 looked pretty good.
Well, now this play is pretty awkward here. This is going to take quite a nice shot. If he goes around this 7 ball and gets good on the 2, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I think he's got to go for a long shot on the 2.
Look at this. Ooh.
And because he used a lot more English than he needed to, he didn't. He came up shorter off that last rail.
Well, I think he'll just bank this ball safe.
There's no computer going on here.
Yeah, he is playing
a little bit
relatively
loose,
quick.
But perfect.
Yeah, he
whoa,
hit it great.
Whoa. Yeah, that's close enough to perfect. In fact, it takes the jump out of the way. There's no one rail short kick.
You know,
there's no
with the way Ryan was jumping, I don't know about that first statement. He was jumping like crazy. I mean, literally just about anything, he was jumping it great.
It looks like it's about 1 inch away from the 9 ball. There's a half ball jump.
You know what I think he can do is go 3 rails. Hit right before the left side pocket with a lot of English. On these rails, that might not even be enough because they're slippery rails, but go 1, 2, 3 and hit the back side of the 2. I think he can do that. I think that line is there. He could even kick it in the side. I mean, I don't know what else he can do.
Yeah, because after he hits that ball, of course, something has to hit get to a rail after contact. And he's got a long way to go if he kicks it straight in.
I feel like there's a lot of good. You know, there's a lot of things that can go right if he's able to get there that way. He might be able to go on the right side of the side pocket, but still do the same shot.
And he hasn't looked at the 2 railer the other way with the +2 system.
That's a tough shot. You mean down to the bottom?
Down on the bottom here. If you do the +2 system, if you are a system kicker. Okay, a lot of spin, like you said, and it spun right around it.
No, I think he was trying to hit that 2 rails.
Yeah, because the speed would never have gotten it exactly right.
Now look at this 3-9. I mean, are we looking at a short rack here?
I think so. Why not?
Why not? Indeed.
Why not? 1 rail between the 7 and the 8. The 8 ball's the only ball you fade here.
Well,
he got there.
Very nice on that ball. I mean,
I think with ball in hand, this is probably the angle you'd be shooting at.
Just about. Well, this will put him on the hill. Oh, wow, that thing rattled its way in there.
That's another one.
This is an incredible match, I gotta say.
We had a man win 5 games in a row, like a freight train going downhill, and now the other man has won 6 in a row.
Well, this
not
is
as much of a freight train. Well, maybe a freight train, but just plodding along.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, man, this is why we're here. These kind of matches, these guys all play great, and we're seeing some of the best guys in the field, or at least the ones playing the best this weekend. And I mean, honestly, that first 20 minutes, half hour of this match, Ryan seemed absolutely invincible.
Right. That was amazing.
He needs a break here. I mean, he really needs a dry break, a scratch, or something to get back in.
To get back in? Well, David is in control, and he's absolutely crushed the last round.
Okay, that one he did not hit the front ball very square, and as a consequence,
well, the ball leaked in.
Won't finish that sentence.
This is one of my favorite shots here because you have to stroke this one pretty good.
You thinking just a draw outside,
draw right,
go to the rail and back?
Yeah, on some tables you hit it so good that you don't have a shot on the two
You know,
because
practicing on this, I was shooting shots like this, and
oh, he's not. It looks like he's shooting the other way, though.
I think you might be right. But even with lots of outside, it just won't grab the rail.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, he hit that pretty well.
Pretty well. Overcut just slightly.
Ryan may be able to see the ball directly, but if not, it's certainly very easy to make rail first.
And if he couldn't see it, that would just be just terrible. Okay, he's back in, and he's just got to compose himself. Take a good look here. The 4 ball has to go in the side pocket.
Oh,
so
definitely.
Got to make sure he's got an angle here.
Yeah, just stay down near the bottom rail. He should be okay.
But he decided to go
he didn't
crazy.
I'm really surprised he chose that route.
And now he's jacked up over the 7, stretched out, and the 7 is in complete play now.
Well, he certainly hit that nice.
I always wonder about that.
He could have gone a few more inches, I guess.
I guess. No, he's pretty good here.
Okay, he's all right.
we could invent something, but
yeah, I guess.
And it's amazing how easily he just stepped up there and stroked that ball.
Yeah.
Well, he's just got to make sure. Well, he's got a good angle here. He can't do anything except for get above the 7 that he needs to, I think. Slow roll this. Wow, did he really?
He just wants to stroke the ball, that's it.
This could get bad.
You know, I think he's great, actually. I think he's going to follow one rail and be straight in on the 9.
Power it through the stroke that he's got.
I mean,
beautifully done.
Great.
Amazing.
Wow.
And now after all that, he's on the hill.
You know, I got to say, so far, Dave's break has been more productive on the 9 ball.
There you go. Unbelievable. Hill.
This is why we like pool.
This is what it's all about. We're live from Strokers Billiards in Palm Harbor, Florida. This is the U.S. Amateur Championship, sponsored by the APA and Inside Pool. We've got David Singleton and Ryan Hollingsworth. Ryan to break. It is Hill. Ryan won the first 5 games. David won the next 6, and Ryan has tied it up. Unbelievable.
We're live, son. Go Hollywood. Get it done.
They've already shaken hands, so that's
I'm partial.
That's done with.
Yeah, it's a sign of mutual respect. They both did what they needed to do to get to the hill.
You're absolutely right. Well, here we go. Remember the last time? It's been a long time since
Now I wonder
Ryan
if he's going to take a little off the break, because I mean the classic mistake here is the scratch. You try a little too hard. He did let up a little.
One ball didn't go. Nothing goes. No real good shot. 1-7 combination between the 4-5. How do you shoot that ball? Nothing dropped.
Nothing down. Wow, now they're going to have to play some pool. At least we're getting our money's worth.
This is a race to 1. He shoots it and plays safe.
I love that shot. What a great shot that was.
He had a lot of options there. If the ball went, he'd be shooting on the 2.
Shot.
That was absolutely a fantastic shot. I don't know if Ryan thought that was a bit of a lucky break, but he was shooting the 3 rails out. If it went in the pocket, he'd be shooting the 2. If he's not in the pocket, it's this.
Perfect shot. I don't see what he does here. I don't know the right shot here. Does he try to curve around the 5? Maybe he can curve around the 5 and kick the 1 from behind and send it up table. I don't know. I mean, as well as he jumps, is he going to try to... He could jump safe, you know? If he hits the 1 rail square, can he get up past in between the 4 and 7 and bring the 1 up to this rail? A lot of decisions here.
Well, since this is an APA-sponsored event, I think I'm going to call a timeout and coach him on it.
I would definitely want a coach here if I had one. That's for sure. I think he's looking at the jump shot.
This is the long-distance jump shot.
I kind of like this because there's an awful lot of traffic up this end of the table. If he can hit it and stick that cue ball somewhere up that end, there's a lot of ways he could go right. But God knows there's plenty of ways to go wrong.
Plenty of ways to go wrong. Usually this is the cue ball off the table, unless you jump it high and land it short and let it kind of leak there.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think he's going to be using a little bit of draw at a low elevation and try to stick the cue ball. The only problem with that is the speed the one can go up, and then back down if it doesn't hit anything.
Right. So you're thinking as full a hit on the one as possible.
That's what I was originally thinking, yeah.
Because you don't need to jack up so high just to get over the 5-ball. Oh, he almost made a 9-ball. 8-ball. Boy, he had every ball going here.
How about safety behind the 5?
Jump shot coming up.
Oh, my goodness.
What a leave. And look at that. You see that Ryan kissed his jump stick?
You know what? After that match where he jumped in that awesome 8-ball, I was watching him pack up, and he did. He kissed it right before he put it in. He must love that thing, and apparently it loves him back.
Okay, David is thinking.
Clearly, their handshake at the beginning was an agreement that they would jump in every ball.
That's right. David's trying. This is the worst of it right here. This has happened to me where I had a problem breaking apart my stick in the middle of the match.
That does not seem like something that would come up too often.
It doesn't come up too often. And there you go with that again. And put it on there.
I gotta say, I kind of don't like that. I don't know why.
It's rubbing me the wrong way, especially that last one where the cue ball had to be going towards. For the position he wanted.
Oh, no!
Both balls off the table. Either ball off the table would be a foul in the WPA rules. I don't know what it is in the
in the APA rules, the object ball can go off the table without it being a foul.
Okay.
The object ball would just spot.
But the cue ball
in this case, was off the table, it's definitely
a foul. So.
Yeah. So, In Masters and U.S. Amateur, I don't know what happens with that wall ball. In regular APA 9-ball, where the balls count for points, that ball spots.
Well, I'm sure our crack team will tell us here.
It may stay down. They seem to be
behaving as if it stays down. So.
Yeah. Well.
And there's no referee on this match, so. So he's decided to play for the combination. With ball in hand, he could have easily played on the short side of the 3-ball if he had wanted to.
Yeah. Not sure I like this, only because
he's got to make sure he doesn't pocket the 3-ball, right? Just slow roll it in there.
Yeah, well,
and he could have gotten into trouble there by cutting that ball, but
honestly,
he's okay.
He could have hit that a little better. I think he's got a pretty thin cut here, but I think he'll just go back and forth across the table to play the 4 up in the corner.
I think so. Doesn't seem to be too upset about it.
Oh,
this is not a good shot.
That was a lot more English than I think he was expecting.
This is definitely not a good shot
here? Oh my God, he almost scratched in the side.
Apparently, this ball must go in the side pocket.
And I don't think that that's at all where he planned to be. So I don't know that it does go in the side. I think he was looking to shoot the 4 in the corner.
I think so also.
But the way he's looking at it now, I guess we could say that it didn't go, and he played kind of a...
botched a safety here.
He kind of rushed it a little bit. You know, I felt like if he took a couple more seconds on that, he probably could have got a little bit better. You know, he obviously seems like a very talented guy, and so I almost feel like sometimes when you play that good, sometimes you just maybe expect something that unrealistic at times.
Not even playing position. You'll get position
exactly.
anyway.
Like you forget that
and I think we said that earlier, that it was just say if you can see it, no problem.
Wow.
This ball goes in.
And he's perfect on this 5 ball. Look at this. I mean, at this point, anything could happen. But I mean, he looks to be out here.
Just stoppish shot.
He's on the slightly
wrong
other side of the
side,
front,
right?
Though, yeah.
Yeah, stunnish. Yeah. That's what I call it.
Well, again, now I feel like he's got to pound this into the rail and come back across.
I think he's just going to kind of cinch it in and then
take
his angle.
He hit it great. Now, does he come across or does he play the 9 in the right? I think
I'd be coming across myself.
Yeah,
but
I don't want to slow roll a ball at this point. I sure don't. And
a handshake going to come up here.
He came up good. It looked like it was going to stop.
It looked like it was going to stop, but he came up a little bit on the perfect
side. Oh my God, Ryan must
side.
be beside himself at this point.
Yeah, he had opportunities and he had that miscue. And
wow, what a match!
Great comeback by David Singleton over Ryan Hollingsworth, 7-6. Well, great match. 2016 U.S. Amateur Championship in Palm Harbor at the Strokers Billiards. This is Freddie Agnier for Kerry McAuliffe. Kerry, great to see you again.
You too, Freddie.
Hopefully I see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I had fun.
And for all of you out there,
I'm glad the last one we got to do was a match like this.
This was amazing,
this is what
right?
we come for, right?
Right. So when's the next match?
Coming up quickly.
Coming up quickly. So we will see you in a bit. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.